Isn't together, folks. Ah, hell.
Yeah.
We're not even into June yet, and we got evil stuff planned, including the return of the commissioner if his wife ever lets him loose. Let's go.
I can't do it. We'll do it live. Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
Mister, will you please wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up?
Good morning. Snowman here to all you Brock Purdy and San Francisco 49er haters. Shut up! I gotta thank you, Shane.
I mean, whatever happened to the games where breaking 100 points was, I don't know, unusual?
There was one word to sum up the All-Star weekend.
Trays. Cause we take this job so serious.
Splash Brothers, yes. Ray Allen, replace him with Steve Kerr. Reggie Miller, yeah.
What in the all types of blue hell?
Oh yeah!
Let's go, baby!
Let's get this party started, folks. Good morning. Welcome to the Taco Tripped Out Tuesday edition of Snowman in the Morning. Glad to have you all with us. This first hour, of course, is powered by Invader Coffee, fuel for the fearless. And I want to get this out of the way. Folks, do me a favor. Go to Facebook and look up Snowman's Pampered Chef Party. Want you to join and upgrade your kitchen game from premium cookware to time-saving gadgets. Pampered Chef has what you need to slice, dice, and sizzle like a pro. Support the show and shop with us because every great play starts with a solid game plan in the kitchen. Click the link in the description and get cooking from the playbook to the pantry. That's Snowman's Pampered Chef Party, a benefit for pancan.org.
Now, since somebody is here, I was requested to play something for him.
Uh-oh.
Oh, dear.
This. Now, why was I requested to play that?
Oh boy.
How about we let him answer the question?
Now, forgive me not knowing the brother. You got your mic black. I don't know who the hell you are. It's like you're in the broadcasting witness protection program.
Playmaker in the building. Agent Zero, what's popping?
What's going on, Playmaker?
Now, why?
Thank God the curse has been lifted.
Which curse is that?
Oh my gosh. Thank you, OKC in Minnesota. Thank you.
There wasn't that giant ass whooping on a
It
holiday.
was not a beat
It was
down on
not
a holiday.
an ass whooping on Memorial Day. It just clicked. It just clicked because we talked about it last month.
I knew Snowman
30
wasn't
minutes.
gonna get it because that's one of the main clips I can't stand from Cole Johnson.
Yes.
So me requesting you to play it threw him. I was like,
Right.
why would he request that one out of all the ones?
Exactly. I had to think about it because we talked about it last month, right after Easter, when that happened, and we had a competitive game last night on Memorial Day, and there was no ass whooping on a holiday.
Thank you. Matter of fact, it was a 2-point loss by the Minnesota Timberwolves. So play it again.
Play it again. Play it again. Do it again.
All right. Where did that disappear to? I've been flying through everything else here.
You moved.
We gotta get this truck organized.
Yes.
We gotta get this damn truck organized so I can find everything easier. But you know what? Playing it again.
I'm sorry. I mean, I had to ask you a game to watch for once.
I agree. I totally agree.
I actually had a game to watch. I felt
128, 126, the final in Minnesota.
Yep.
And the OKC Thunder are on the cusp of a return to the NBA World Championship Series. And that's where we will start with our visit from the Playmaker, who's going to hang out with us for the full 2 hours today. And Arku is with us in the chat. 1 win away from the NBA Finals. That's exactly the exactly it.
They have 3 opportunities.
3 shots at the goal.
Mm-hmm.
3. You got 3. Let me use a soccer reference. And I know it's rare, but 3 penalty kicks at knocking this out. 3. Now, OKC has been there before. 2016, anybody? And until that 3 becomes a 4, I will reserve all celebration. But in 4 words, Playmaker?
I think Kumar has not seen Shooting Lights Out.
No, he has not.
Because there's one person up here who has not doubted the Oklahoma City Thunder.
And he's a permanent guest on the he's a permanent part of the show. Not a permanent guest, a permanent part of the show. Man, oh man. The MVP played like the MVP, and the Oklahoma City Thunder, after suffering a pre-holiday ass whooping in the Target Center.
That's also saying maybe they got their ass whooping out the way Saturday. Maybe I can get a game Monday. And thankfully, they showed up Monday.
Yes, absolutely they did. After losing by 42 points on Saturday.
42.
That was a beating.
42 points. I'm in here working on stuff. My wife comes by and she says, "What's the score of the OKC game?" I flip it up here on my left side monitor, and I went, honey, you don't want an answer to that. She reaches over my shoulder. She says, "Man, show me this score." And she looked and she went, "Oh my Lord," and quietly walked away. So Minnesota, you made my wife walk out of my office.
That was bad.
I ain't had no. I ain't had no worries.
You had if the playmaker has no words.
I didn't know OKC could get beat like that.
I didn't know either.
I didn't know they can get beat.
I didn't know they can get. I didn't. Let me use my dad's words. And William Otis Snow Jr., I miss you dearly. He was saying this before I heard Stone Cold say it. I didn't know OKC could get a mud hole stomped in their ass.
And walk dry.
And forget walk dry. That some bitch was dry when it was done. Okay? And playmakers on the verge of cracking up laughing. I see that.
But here's the thing, though.
Yes.
Here's the positive. If
Yes,
Minnesota want to take a positive out of yesterday.
Yeah.
They bench showed up and showed out.
Yeah, they did.
Agreed.
If that bench can show up on Wednesday in OKC, we could be seeing a game 7.
We could be.
Because I'm pretty sure Anthony ain't gonna have another game like he had last night. That's not Anthony Edwards.
No.
I expect Ant-Man to return.
I expect him to respond fully.
But if the bench can come along, we might be getting the game 7.
And Oklahoma City will be very quiet. But they got to get game 5 first. And I believe that's Wednesday in Oklahoma.
Let me take a
Wednesday.
look.
It is Wednesday.
It's every other day.
It's every other day.
For both series.
So they're basically following the playoff schedule that I've been used to since the 80s. When it gets to like game 4 and beyond, it's every other day.
But good news. And Victor, did you stay for the whole show yesterday?
I did.
So you know I'm going. The NBA did us a favor.
Really?
They did us a favor. The NBA finals would not touch Father's Day.
Thank God.
Finally.
Thank God. Listen.
So yesterday was the last holiday we got to suffer with in 2025 with the NBA playoffs.
You know what? In lieu of our conversation, Playmaker, about teams getting their ass kicked on a holiday, the first one I remember seeing live was the Memorial Day Massacre in 1985, Lakers and Celtics, and the Celtics put up 148 points. I watched that game with my dad. I looked at my dad and he looked at me. My mom came in. She looked at the score. I walked out just as I heard my dad say, "What the hell was that?"
That is an absolute beatdown.
Matter of fact, my dad pulled a Playmaker.
Oh.
And he just shook his head, and like Playmaker always laments Debo Samuel when he does Ramley talk, which is why no, you don't. But it's why I got hooked on the show. Besides your excellent breakdowns, him lamenting on Debo is why I got hooked on the show in the first place. My dad walked out of that room in 85 and he goes, "Larry Bird got us again." And I'm sitting here laughing, thinking about that. The master is with us. Not so fast, Playman. who's it? I think it's Lee Corso who says, "Not so fast, my friend. Not so fast, playmaker. Game 6, if necessary, of the 2025 NBA Finals to take place on Juneteenth. So that day is possible."
Leave it to the evil EP of all EPs
You had it
to
right.
remind us of that.
You say, all right, evil.
You're right. Evil. That meant, like,
Speaking of Lee Corso,
you know
let's
what?
send it.
I mean,
Speaking of Lee Corso,
do we really consider that a holiday though?
Well, I thought.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Cause that just popped up out of nowhere.
Hey, I got a day off of work, so I'm gonna take it.
First of all, it's Cole Johnson.
I know.
What makes me laugh is that
that is your partner on Shooting Lights Out.
That's my partner on Bearing Down the Gridiron too.
Bearing Down on the Gridiron.
I
will make an appearance on Bearing Down on the Gridiron
if
you gentlemen will have me.
Here's the thing I thought was hilarious.
What's that?
As soon as the show started, I see Playmaker, and then I see a graphic on the other side saying, "We need to see this." LeBron in a Warriors uniform.
No.
I told Snowman said,
"Yeah, matter of fact, go ahead and cuss him out." I told you need to cuss him out, not me.
I playfully cussed you out just like I'm doing to Cole right now. Because as you often tell me, and on the one time I had a chance to join these wonderful gentlemen on a full episode of Shooting Lights Out, and y'all need to check that out in both video and audio form. The one of the times I had a chance to join them for a full episode, you just see Playmaker with every graphic Cole comes up with, shaking his head and lamenting, going, "I let him do this." That's why I got to you first.
I let him do this.
Listen.
I don't know if Victor remember how we ended the show, but I sent it to Snowman.
Yes, you did. You fool. You did.
Hey, because after I said, you know what? I saw him the Snowman. He probably be laughing his butt off with how we ended that show.
All that has to be said is,
you fool. Exactamundo.
Because Cole did it at the end.
Yes. When Playmaker sent that clip to me, I fell out of my chair laughing. And when Victor first told me about it, my next two words were, "I quit." Yep. And I walked off.
I told them because immediately Playmaker said, if that does happen, Snowman is going to quit being a Warriors fan. I said, no, he's going to quit watching, period.
If that happens, this is what's going to be going through Snowman's head right about then.
Saying he did it again at the end, right?
Yes,
we need to see it. And I said, sign the petition. I ain't signed the petition and went straight to the outro.
Right. I ain't said nothing.
When Playmaker said I ain't signing the petition, and then just cut right to the outro. I was done. Then Playmaker sent me the clip later on, and my wife, working hard on her homework, came in and she says, "I need something to distract me." I played that clip and she walked right back into her office and slammed the door. If Jody wasn't having it, look at Playmaker's face. If Jody wasn't having it,
I'm like, bro, he's really trying to. I ain't signing that clip. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Yep, he said, "I'm not signing that."
Doing my normal outro.
Close the show. Legendary. That was one of the most legendary. Playmaker, we love you, brother. I love you dearly. And from a personal standpoint, thanks for being patient.
I had no choice, man, because he kept doing them like.
I ain't saying goodbye.
This got down Cole Johnson. I was like, no, let me end this show, because
you know what we need to do? We need to get that clip and make like a little interlude before we play the Playmaker intro again, and have that be his outro. We have this must happen now.
Why am I hearing seals?
I'm still stuck.
Why am I hearing seals?
I'm still stuck on.
Damn it!
I'm still stuck on the end of season service by you know who.
Oh my
God, that I'm still blown away by that.
Yes.
Okay, part of me is nervous because I know after finally
After
the
first
pastor
meeting.
and the father crossing paths, I'm worried about what the
Yes.
pastor's going to do to the father.
Here's the thing. I went to the bathroom because I thought we were done. And
Yeah.
then they said, we ain't cutting nothing short. We'll be back after a break. I said, let me go to the bathroom right now because I don't know what they're doing.
Man, you know what? I'll say it again and I'll explain it again.
I came back.
But hold on, Victor. Before we came on the air, and that was a Thursday, before we came on the air, I was exhausted. I was beat up. Okay.
Yep.
And Jody comes by and says, why don't you just make it an express show and then go get some rest? I said, I can do that. So I talked with Dog and talked with a couple of others before Jody left, had to go to a meeting. And we made the executive decision. We're going to cut it to an hour. We're going to cut it to about 58 minutes so we can roll a couple of commercials at the end and get our stations back on at the top of the hour. Pure Adrenaline Sports joining us. That was a great walk-off yesterday by Frankie Lindor, even though it came against my team. I love Frankie Lindor. But we made the decision. We're going to cut it to an hour. We get rolling. We're just about at the top of the hour. And even before then, I sent Cole the link to join the studio. He sent an evil smile to Shane.
Yep. After I told him all we planned on doing really today was the end of season service for LeBron.
Yep.
He's laughing about it, and I'm like, so Ray's gonna miss all this.
And see,
and then
you gave him the invitation that he needed.
Then he sends that evil smile gif. 2 minutes before air, he sends that to us.
He sent that to us 120 seconds before air. A minute after that, he pops in the studio, and Shane just unleashes.
Yeah, we're not done yet.
I saw him pop in, and I saw the graphic on the screen, and Shane says, "We ain't going nowhere. We're gonna take a break, and we're gonna come back." I queued up the commercial, full 4 minutes. Only lasted a minute.
I went to the washroom, came back. By the time I came back, there's a picture of Luka, LeBron, and Bronny. On the screen. And I'm like, what the?
When you hear Brian in the lowest voice, we are gathered here.
And I'm trying not to laugh.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, before he even finishes, you hear Ray bawling.
Broad. I was like,
that right there. I
fell out, man.
Even finish. I tried this 2 years ago out at Starbucks in Edinburgh, Indiana. 6 separate times. Couldn't do it. And then I get to the end of the show. It's I was on at 8 a.m. at the time. It's close to 10. I'm getting ready to wrap up. And then I just see this picture comes up. This picture come up in purple and gold of a funeral, and I hear him crying, and I am doubled over in my seat. Done.
Man, that's what Coach. When Snowman was on with us, Coach had a graphic for every single segment.
I know he
Sure did.
I know he did.
He sure did.
I'm like,
why do you think I'm so worried about what the pastor is going to do now dealing with the father? We got football season coming up. I don't know what this evil son actually has planned.
What? Crazy is towards the end. He does the whole bit. Then he goes into Ray mode.
Yes.
And I, as a detective, like, you're under arrest. He's like, for what?
What?
Public intoxication.
Well,
I can't put him away, so yeah, probably right.
I'm glad I wasn't on camera.
I couldn't hold it.
Listen, Cole is that's boss mode right there.
Yes.
Because
yes.
even the chat got involved on the fun. We threw everything at this man that we could.
Not only did I bring out the father, I brought out the mafia don.
You brought out
and
the mafia
he got
don.
brushed to the side.
This is why I like Playmaker and Shalate's out, because Playmaker just sits there, he'll just shrug it off like, we're gonna go to something different now. I'm not gonna sit here and play with you.
I'm not entertaining this. And what did I do? Shut up. No, I'm not entertaining this. No, I'm not doing it. No, I'm not.
Like,
nope.
not engaging.
Yesterday, the close by Playmaker yesterday. I'm not signing this. Goodbye. And he went right to the closing. I looked at that before I came in the studio today, and I'm just like,
if I didn't do that, we probably went for another 10 minutes.
Probably.
10.
No,
10.
I'm cutting this off right now.
Than that.
I'm cutting it off right now.
Yes.
Ain't no chances because this shit getting extended.
This getting cut right now.
But I do got some questions though.
Yes.
I do have some questions. And I got one for Playmaker. Specifically, I want to shift gears just a tad to the WNBA right quick.
Oh, we was gonna get there.
Matter of fact,
I was about to say, boss man, we may want to save that.
Let's hold that for the second hour because we got we can do that for the whole
Okay.
second hour with that. Okay. Let's do that for the whole second hour. Matter of fact, since we're improvising, let's take a break and come back. I have a little homage to pay to the Playmaker, and I'm going to make him laugh his head off at the same time. Back
Here we go.
This is Snowman in the morning.
Are you ready to upgrade your coffee game? Prepare for an invasion of flavor with Invader Coffee. It's the caffeinated elixir that fuels champions, the blend that pushes boundaries. Whether you're battling deadlines or exploring uncharted territories, Invader Coffee has your back. Join the invasion at invadercoffee.com and taste the difference for yourself. Use the code Snowman for 15% off your first order. Invader Coffee, veteran owned. Join the transporter to Hades.
Your butt and gut becomes one.
Join the reformer of hooker whores.
This is my daughter, Placenta Booty Johnson.
Join the bronze god.
Whenever you are in distress, take off your baseball cap and throw it in the air.
Join your very own superhero of broadcasting, Chris Bass.
So whatever color crayon they get, they palm it and do 2 circles, and that translates to I can beat up black people.
As she takes you through the week's paces in Baseline. Live every Saturday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central, Pacific Time Zone people, just stay asleep when this is on live and just catch the recording. Oh, I'm sorry. Exclusively on the Chris Bass YouTube channel.
Dad?
Just 1 minute, okay?
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Can birds draw pictures?
I don't have an answer for that.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
The spirit of battle is a powerful force. It's a force that drives us, pushes us beyond our limits. It's a fire in our hearts that fuels our determination, our commitment, our strive for greatness. Every challenge faced, every obstacle overcome, it sharpens our skills and fortifies our resolve. This relentless pursuit of excellence makes the journey so exhilarating. And the victory, it makes the victory sweet.
Hey everybody, Snowman here. Looking for the best way to experience live events? Well, SeatGeek has you covered. With just a few taps on your phone, you can find the best seats for concerts, sports, theater, and more. Don't miss out on unforgettable moments. Download the SeatGeek app today and get ready for an experience like no other. Each ticket is vetted for authenticity and ranked on a 1 to 10 scale. And right now, if you sign up and use the code Snowman, you will get $20 off of your first purchase. That's only through the power of SeatGeek, where fans can fan.
Mister, how do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
Yes, that's my beautiful wife on that voice. Let's welcome some people, and Shane, get ready to push a button for me. Our feedback zone, as always, is presented by Fanatics, officially licensed everything. Of course, Cole Johnson is here. And Mr. Johnson, when is the morning shift coming back? Just so I can hear Playmakers chants or read Playmakers chants in the chat, because he's usually the first one there.
Within the next 2 months. We talked about it yesterday.
That's all I need to know.
Within the next 2 months. So.
That's all I need to know. Sick Diggy is here with us from Norway, and I love this. He said, you have a better chance of seeing James Worthy in a Celtic jersey than LeBum ever wearing a Warriors jersey. That I agree with. The folks from Pure Adrenaline Sports is here. Jeffrey Whitlock is here. Says, salute Snowman and crew. Thank you very much.
I don't know about that one.
And I think my beautiful wife is about to go get some. Y'all ready for this delectable delight? Caramel latte bread.
Okay.
What? Let me do it again. Caramel. Go on. What? But let's try again. Caramel latte bread. What?
I don't know what it was. I don't know if Shane caught in my head or not, but that was exactly what I was thinking when you said that.
This is what they've been doing for the past 2 weeks.
Yep. Jeffrey Whitlock is here with us. The man known as Rising Rhino does some great play-by-play on his channel. Y'all check him out. He's with us as well. And Shane, I just caught what you said. The pastor and the father. Oh, gosh.
Yeah, that's one of those where all that's going to happen is this.
That happened yesterday.
True.
When that happened yesterday, when the playmaker abruptly, and I already knew why, signed off. That happened. That happened yesterday.
Now let's get it right. This is what was going on in Playmaker's head yesterday.
Shut up, bitch!
Nah, I don't think.
No. I'll tell you exactly what's going on. I'll tell you exactly what.
I love that. I love that soundbite though, but it wasn't that one.
You want to get it to use it for your shows?
Nah.
You sure?
No, I'm good on that one. I'm good.
You know what? I have the perfect soundbite for Playmaker to use.
Oh no.
2 words.
You fired.
That works.
Look at him.
You're fine.
I think every show can use that.
And I bet
when I say every show, I mean every single podcast in the world can use that soundbite.
I bet you it'll be somewhere after the end of the season. It's like it's gonna be a list of people list of coaches who've been fired.
Matter of fact, Total Football Talk can use that more because I'm pretty sure they're gonna be firing a lot of people.
Yep.
Yes, that's
probably.
Yes. Yes, indeed. Like I said, if there's any soundbite and Playmaker, I will just echo what you said. If any soundbite can be used on any podcast, be it audio or video, it's this one.
You're fired.
Every show can use that.
I know.
Well, but you know what? And then there's also this one that they could also use most anywhere too.
Stop it. Get some help.
That is true.
Legendary. I know. Listen, play that one again. Play that one again.
Okay.
Stop it. Get some help.
I could see Playmaker going on a rant about something, and then he'll come to a point where that applies, and he will be trying his best not to laugh before playing it.
It'll probably be a Jason Whitlock take. I
have never done a Jason Whitlock take.
You know who could use that?
I have never done it.
Wise.
No, Cole can use that because Wise gonna say what he gonna say.
Yeah, Wise is gonna.
This will be true.
Wise gonna say what he gonna say.
This will be true.
That's where Cole can come in and use that.
Let me tell y'all how I got hooked on Playmaker's programming. 2021. I was shut in with COVID. Both my wife and I were shut in with COVID. Playmaker was reviewing the Rams 49ers game. They played in week 18. And the Rams had a chance to knock out San Francisco.
Mm-hmm.
And then I put my headphones on and I'm listening to Rambley Talk. I found it on Spotify. I immediately made it a favorite. And then all of a sudden,
probably the most I have ever went off on the Rams.
Yes, was that game.
That ain't the most I ever went off on the Rams.
And I'm listening, and all I hear is this growl come out of Playmaker. Seriously.
I know.
Seriously, because they lost that game in overtime, 27-24. I just hear this growl come out of Playmaker, and I know he said it with gritted teeth when he says, quote, Deebo Samuel got us again. And I can just feel the anger building every time he talked about it, which led to the creation of the now famous or infamous That Team in Santa Clara.
That damn team in Santa Clara.
That's how I am with.
That's how he identifies that team now.
I know because I know it gets on your nerve. That's why he did it. So you know what? I'm gonna put a page on somebody else play with that damn team in Santa Clara.
I love when you say it. Though.
Hey, when I first said Snowman looked at me like, no, this Sam go that damn team.
That team.
Claire.
And listen, Playmaker flashed a look when he said it, and I challenged him playfully, and I said, no, you mean the San Francisco 49ers? And you just see Playmaker do this. And he goes, no, that team in Santa Clara. Gritting his teeth, steam coming out of his ears. And I'm trying my best not to laugh. No, but if in all seriousness, if you haven't checked out the Playmakers blog and the programs they're in, or the website, and I'm throwing Playmaker a lot of flowers here, y'all need to do so because the programs are terrific. The blog is constructed wonderfully. If you've seen any episode of Shooting Lights Out, it just keeps getting better and better each week. So Playmaker is throwing some great stuff at us. More of it is going to keep coming. So I suggest you all hook into the Playmakers blog and all their programs.
About 2 months from now, I'm thinking around July 30th, Bearing Down and Gridiron returns. And to make Snowman and the rest of y'all loud, I'm gonna have a co-host. Can you guess who the co-host gonna be?
Well, I didn't hear because my wife had distracted me for a moment. What are you doing in about 2 months?
Bear Down Gridiron is coming back.
Oh, and
I'll be having a co-host officially.
Oh, Cole Johnson. I already know that.
Mm-hmm.
The most evil
and throw a little appetizer out there, Victor.
Yeah.
I supposed to be creating him his own segment so he can go after the NCAA.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
Can I have a piece of that also?
I'm gonna let him handle that first because it's the first time I'm doing this.
Understood.
Every time he's on, he has something to say. Things I was like, I might as well create your own freaking segment then, so you can just go after the NCAA every time.
What's it going to be called?
I have no idea yet.
Oh boy.
But
we were talking about something before the show, that in the fall, an expansion of Snowman in the Morning is going to happen because it's going to be football season, especially on Fridays. Why? Fridays, we do our NFL picks each week. This segment that we started 2 years ago, because we started recording our picks 2 years ago. This segment started as a 15-minute segment. And then when Cole moved on to do the morning shift and Shane came in and Victor came in as my co-hosts as well as my producers, it started at 15 minutes. And Shane said every time, look, we're keeping this at 15 minutes. So of course I bent the hell out of that rule and started bringing guest pickers on, which Shane said, great idea. We can expand that. Then there was the first time I ever brought the lovely Deb Whitkus on the show 2 years ago. And off to the races we went.
And now it's turned into an hour.
Now it's going to be a full hour. And
I ain't got no damn control of the segment. What are we talking about here?
That's why I was laughing at you because you was shaking your head. Like, first of all, you picking all 16 games. Like, that's a lot.
That's a lot. And then
too, everybody has their own breakdown of what they think is going to happen in the game.
Yes.
It's not only that, though. It's not only that. It was the mere fact that you get to a point where there were games that absolutely no one could care about. And Snowman has now introduced the total anarchy games. The games that he will not pick and he will take.
I think that's what Snowman misses me at, because when we used to do that, I'm like, next. Oh, you ain't even going next.
Oh, you mean this?
Literally. Cole just would throw a game out there. He'll be like, all right, now we got to pick between the New York Jets and the Carolina Panthers. Next.
No. Yep.
And Snowman be buzzing out next.
No, and I'm on the and I'm laughing every single time
because they said
it was one we did last year.
It was last year.
There was one we did last year that had Shane falling out of his chair and had Jets cracking up. Deb was with us on that particular episode.
It was Jets and the Patriots.
It was the Jets and the Patriots from New England.
And
I knew what I was going to respond with.
Yes.
And when Shane introduced the game, and he said, next on the hit list, which means I'm going to hear, it's the Jets and the Patriots, which means I'm going to hear it from Ryan McCoffey. And my head was like, for those of you watching on television, my head was down like this. And for those of you on radio, I had my head in my hand. And before Shane could even get to the spread, all he had to say was Jets and Patriots. And I just sat right up and went, hell no. Hell no. Everybody's gone.
Everyone's gone.
Everyone's gone.
Yeah, someone decided to channel their inner Bishop Bullwinkle and pulled this.
Hell no. To the no, no, no. Hell to the no. Hell to the no. To the no, no, no.
I have never seen Snowman sit up with such protest in my life. He just yelled, I'll eat this mulligan with cheese on it. I was like, okay.
And later that night, I made dinner because Jody asked me to make us some hamburgers. So I did, put my seasoning on it, and I came back in here, and Jody looks at me and goes, is this the mulligan you're eating for the Jets game? I said, yes.
I mean,
and
then
the
Patriots were a mess, and the Jets.
Say it again.
Well, the Jets is basically just in the season.
The following week, folks, we had Deb back, and I forgot what game it was. Yeah, I know what it was. It was the Jets. I think it was the Jets and the Titans.
One of the two. Yeah, it was either Jets, Titans, or the Jets.
It was either the Jets. Oh, it's the Patriots and the Titans. I beg your pardon.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It was the Patriots and the Titans. Shane didn't even finish the game before I heard Victor go, glass.
Yep.
I pushed the button. I said, my pleasure. Do it. which led to Deb, and I'm sitting there with a straight face, which led to Deb cracking up and saying, how many of these you're going to get? And I'm going to get that clip and just pull it in and go, as I said last week, hell no.
You know what? I might can actually use that clip now. I might can use that.
I'll make it.
Football.
Playmaker, I will make it.
That'll be the great clip for rivalry games for me.
You know what? Not only will I do it for you, I'll do it for Cole, I'll do it for Shane, and I'll do it for this show. I will make that clip this afternoon. Y'all got it.
And mind you, at the end of that entire show, I get finally through everything.
Which
these are the picks brought to you by Bet US. Get me the hell out of here.
That's no.
And I just literally tossed my notebook. I'm like, get me the hell out of here.
Well, the notebook had pages flying when Shane tossed it over his head. He tossed the notebook over his head. He said, "That's our picks brought to you by Bet US. Get me the hell out of here."
I'm sick of this.
I'm sick of this.
I'm sick of this.
That episode right there, we mirrored.
But good news for you, Shane. Good news for you, Shane.
What's that?
I bet the over on the Patriots.
Okay.
I took the over. I think it was like 8. I think it was like 7.5. I think.
Something like that.
Yeah.
I took the over on the Patriots, which is odd for me because that's a team I can't stand for obvious reasons.
I see how it is.
I said for obvious reasons. I mean, come on.
Yeah. He doesn't play there anymore. What's with the hatred?
You still took 2 Super Bowls from me.
That
doesn't go away. That just doesn't go away. I should have 4 Super Bowls right now, not 2.
You know what? Thank you for that. Thank you for that line. That just doesn't go away,
right?
That's a drop.
You don't get to run away with
that. That'll be a short later.
That's a drop.
Just saying.
Playmaker, you need to make that. You need to make that a drop for us. That just doesn't go away.
What you mean?
Don't give me that.
Oh, that's when Victor was really mad when he went on the show that day because I said, "What you mean?"
Oh my, yeah.
Oh my god.
It's almost like we got a "what you mean" on here.
They gonna pull a me on me. What you mean?
Because we were talking about the freaking NBA playoffs.
Yes. Which is where this segment started this morning, and now it's
Was it? I forgot who it was. I don't know if it was a coach or a player. They said something. What you mean?
And now that has transferred into when we talk to bronzexuals.
The lexicon. Well, that's because that actually happened, though.
Yeah, it does.
Yes.
Anytime I've had a conversation with a bronzexual,
they
get a "what you mean." They don't say "what do you mean." They say "what you mean."
It's happened to me too. It's happened to me too. Because I made a point while I was doing the standalone video. I made a point and had the stats with me over here on my left. I swear to God, the first comment I read. The first comment I read, even after I broke it down for 10 minutes, was, quote, "What you mean?"
Right.
I got up and walked away.
See,
I took the video down.
You ever notice it? I'm the only one that doesn't say I had a conversation with a bronzexual.
Yes.
That's true. Usually, even if you did, you'd ignore them. You don't care.
They'll be trying to tell Snowman and Cole Johnson, "Yeah, why don't y'all just ignore them?"
Wait a minute.
It's like an easy thing to do right now.
Wait a minute. I gotta tell y'all this one. I was on the road in Columbus, Indiana. I was at a Starbucks, and the first thing I hear Playmaker say on a Wednesday, as we played his intro, he came in and he's sitting like this, and we're both like, "What's going on?" And I hear Playmaker say the following: "I'm going to hate myself for this. Push the button." And me and Cole jumped. And we're like, what? And then Playmaker said it even slower. He said, push the damn button.
With gritted teeth, I guarantee.
Actually one of the only time I actually volunteered to do a bronze sexual confessions.
Yep. One of only 3 times in the years we've had it on this program. One of only 3 times that Playmaker voluntarily did a bronze sexual confession. Voluntarily. But it was just that reaction.
Oh no, I had to do it that day because I didn't have a conversation with these people, but I saw it all over them. I'm like, okay, I had enough of this. I need to get this off my chest now.
And the look on his face.
I've had enough.
When we came in, I had just gotten settled too in Edinburgh, set everything up. We get going. Playmaker comes in, and all I hear Playmaker say is, push the button. And as I said, Cole and I jumped and went, what? And through gritted teeth and steam coming out of his ears, we just hear again, push the damn button.
Oh man.
I didn't even need to do a bronze sexual confession that day. Playmaker did it for us, and he went completely off.
I was fed up. I was fed up at that moment. I think it was at that point where they tried to really denigrate Michael Jordan. I'm like, okay,
yes,
y'all not making no sense there. I am sick of this. I gotta get this off now because y'all making no sense to me right
He
now.
went
okay because I'm like normally I'm like there's no way Playmaker's gonna get bait. It's like whatever, y'all say something, it's your opinion, but for you to say nope, I'm done, I've had it, I've had enough.
For Playmaker,
and by the fact, Victor, that was before I even did the whole LeBron's gonna get the record and watch them lose. That was way before that.
That night, Playmaker sends me a picture of LeBron dressed in black. They were playing Oklahoma City. And I remember Playmaker's words. He says, he's going for the record. He's dressed in black. He's going for the record.
Yep.
Which he got. And yet, as we all correctly predicted, they took a big fat ass.
We gotta find that old hour 2 setup.
See, here's the thing, Shane. This is what happened. Because Snowman and Cole, they was like, he gonna get this record. I gotta deal with these people. That's how they was thinking, right?
Yeah.
I said, I came on. I'm like, you know what'd be a funny thing? He gets a record and they lose that. It's a bird game. He get the record. I said that.
Yep.
Somebody posted on social media with LeBron. I said, oh, he got on black. Oh, he going for the record.
He's going
for the record tonight.
Mm-hmm.
We gotta find that old hour 2 opener.
Oh,
I have it.
Because
I'm gonna redo the hour 2 opener, and Playmaker's line is gonna definitely be mixed in. Ben's line is gonna definitely be mixed in. Okay, but we gotta have Playmaker's line mixed in on the new hour 2 opener. Yeah, LeBron James, the greatest scorer of all time.
Hey. That's still to this day. That's still McCarthy's favorite soundbite.
Mine too.
Still to this day.
Mine too.
And he be saying on the Discord, I'm like, why did I ever say that?
I think some of my best ads came from when Playmaker was on the show. There's 2 I remember off the top of my head was Shadow Realm Wireless.
Yep.
And Flowers by Udoka.
The whole thing with the Shadow Realm Wireless because I had just finished watching Yu-Gi-Oh! And I was like, you know what? I'll banish y'all to the Shadow Realm, and then Victor turned into Shadow Wireless.
Wait a minute.
That's how that came about, actually.
Here's one of my other favorites from Playmaker. Here's one of my other favorites from Playmaker. Cole had something wicked up his sleeve. All right. And we didn't know what was coming. Chris Bass was with us. This was on a Friday. Chris Bass was with us. And then out of nowhere, we see this.
So I realized that I think, even though it's not advertised,
right,
there has to be a place for stupid people. We don't know because we're not stupid, so we don't know anything about it. It's like a secret club society.
Oh my gosh.
So I come to the conclusion that he graduated from SU, stupid university. Yeah, all the stupid ass letters that go along with graduating, high honors of being stupid. I can't do no more, man.
Vámonos, dominos, vámonos. Stupid university, where everyone graduates. Magna cum stupid.
We were all laughing after Cole dropped that.
Matter of fact, I wasn't even on that show. It was the Tuesday afterwards because I didn't even know. Cole just played it.
Cole dropped that gem, and then Playmaker dropped this gem.
You put me in a stupid realm. It's like, what? What was that? Where did it even come from? And then Snowman was like, we had Chris Bates on Friday. I'm like, that's all I need to know. That's all I need to know.
I pulled up one that I remember. This is like right after the whole Ime Udoka situation.
You're an idiot for that one.
And I just said,
idiot for that.
Find yourself in trouble with your lady. Maybe got caught in the wrong situation with your pants down. Try Flowers by Udoka. From the penthouse to the doghouse. Get back to the penthouse again. We're Flowers by Udoka.
Between Victor and Sid Diggy in the chat with these ads, I'm be like, where do y'all be coming up with this stuff from?
Man, Sick Diggy has us. Sick Diggy has us rolling every day. With some of the craziest. Either we make you champions or we make you humble.
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
The one with the barbecue sauce. Be
All
sure
right,
you
ladies and
kiss
gentlemen, I'm sorry to do this to you, but since we about to hit hour 2, the fun is over. Time to get back to business for hour 2.
Oh, here we go.
We got a lot of business to talk about.
Here we go.
2. But first and foremost, how about an ID? We owe y'all an ID before we go to a break. And it's not. I don't have it in my sound base. Never mind. Let's go to a break. Let's go to hour 2, and we got some ish to talk about the WNBA because something is going on, and we don't like it. Hour 2 after this.
This is Snowman in the morning.
During bad, SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like Boomstick Lady. No free throw is safe from the roar of her sticks. SeatGeek helps her find a seat in the direct eye line of the shooter so she can sit where her boomsticks make the biggest boom. Everybody okay? SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
I think I finally found.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, Mason.
Hey, Mason.
Got a new house. It's looking pretty cool so far.
A place that I call home.
I'm teaching Louise how to cook some lasagna.
It only takes a spark to make a fire start.
Thank you.
Study, please.
I think I finally found a place to make my own. A place that I call home. This place that I call home.
My mother was always very familiar with her neighborhood, but one day she stopped at the stop sign for much longer than usual. And she didn't know whether she should go forward or turn, and she wasn't even really sure where she was at. It was very unsettling for her.
I felt so much better after my son told me, Mom, I don't want you to worry or be afraid. I'll be there for you, and we'll figure it out.
'Cause I was so scared. 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 I was so
This planet has been great to me. It's given me gifts that I can't even explain. It's given me adventures and memories I'll never forget. And Battleborn, I think, has given me the opportunity to go beyond and give something back. How can I be a better custodian to this planet and the place I live? That's where I am with Battleborn. Let's make the planet a better place.
Join Ryan McCarthy.
I became a Jets fan because Kurt the Frog was my favorite Muppet because he was green, and the Jets wore green. That's how I became a Jets fan.
And Dustin Henry.
ESPN is cashing all in on let's pay a few personalities and we'll just kind of fill in the gaps.
As they walk you through all of the world of sports from their perspective.
The Albany Empire, it's a literal circus.
No credentials required. Where, Ryan, say the tag.
Where you don't need a press pass to talk sports.
Every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central. On YouTube and where you can find all podcasts. Hey, Eagles fan. Join my man Cool McCain and a host of others as they break down every single game, every single week in an objective manner, and also from a fan's perspective as well. Remember, this cast feels just like you. Nobody likes you. And you don't care. Fly, Eagles, fly. Eagles Elite Podcast. Every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern on YouTube and other podcast outlets.
Mister? How do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
I forgot to turn that down. From Chicago to Indianapolis to Louisville and all the way out west to Arizona. Welcome back to Snowman in the Morning for hour 2 of this spectacular, and it's presented in part by Fanatics. Looking for the latest gear from your favorite team or favorite player? Fanatics has you covered. Whether it's NFL, NBA, Major League Baseball, or WNBA merch, you'll find jerseys, hats, and exclusive drops all in one place. Rep your squad like a pro and take your fan game to the next level. Visit Fanatics today and gear up. Fanatics, officially licensed, officially awesome. And speaking of the WNBA, that's where we're going.
All right.
Probably going to go for this entire hour. And I halted Victor from asking a question. Victor, the floor is yours. You can ask.
Okay, so it's actually 2 questions. First and foremost, how are the New York Liberty so damn good?
They're loaded.
Mm-hmm.
I did that game Saturday and saw how dangerous they are, even though Playmaker sent me a funny message saying, yeah, they won. They still pissed me off, but they won.
They did.
This is how good the New York Liberty is. They got up by as many as 13 points. Indiana got up by as many as 12, and then New York just shut them down.
And Vindicator confirmed I'm still mad about it because he saw the show yesterday.
Yep. He did.
Yep.
I'm still mad.
I can confirm that. And speaking of the Liberty, I have the champs tonight as they host the Valkyries of Golden State at 7 p.m. Our pregame will begin at 6:30, and it's going to be fun.
Not to pick on the big dog, but my Liberty turned into the Boston Celtics in the third quarter. That was pissing me off.
Yes.
Why are we jacking threes left and right?
Dog caught strays already.
Listen. Playmaker, you had every reason to get mad. Every reason, because they were in control until that third set of 10 minutes. But there's a bigger. What was your second question, Victor?
So my second question is more of a rhetorical one, but I'm gonna ask anyway. I was talking about how media loves to try and stir up things, whether it's controversy and drama,
right?
And since Playmaker is a big fan of Stephen A. Smith, I was watching something just after the Sky and the Fever,
yeah,
where they were talking about the foul and everything,
mm-hmm.
and Cedar's asking, do Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark have a love or a like for one another? To which the other ladies are like trying to say, well, they have a respect for each other. It's like, that's not my question. Do they have a love and life for one another? It's like, we know what you're trying to do. So I'm going to ask this. Is this whole rivalry between Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, is this just media drumming up controversy for the sake of controversy?
We're all going to take a piece of that. And Playmaker, I'll give you the floor first.
I remember when Marley tried to ask that question and Stephen did corrected her. It's that player in Caitlin Clark and that player in Angel Reese.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the thing, and this is why me and Cole came up with our storylines going into the season, because the media and the fans will actually determine how the WNBA goes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Y'all focus so much on Caitlin Clark. She's not even in conversation for MVP right now.
True. Very true.
And you can see the frustration, Snowman. How frustrated did Caitlin Clark look on Saturday?
Very frustrated. Very frustrated. She was out of sorts.
But did anybody talk about the physical who's leading the race currently right now?
No.
Actually, in the mainstream media, no. Because I remember a question. Well, I'll save my comments. Go on.
Are we talking about the best player in the WNBA and Asia Wilson?
They're not. They're not.
Are we even talking about the defending champs? Who are the defending champs?
Mm-hmm.
What do we always say, gentlemen? To be the champs,
you must
unseat the champs, and they ain't getting unseated.
And if the media will actually cover the WNBA like they're supposed to, you might actually be able to open up some of these other casual people's minds and say, you know what, there is other players out here, and darn, I would hate to go up against them.
Which brings this question from me to you, the maker, since class is in session. This student would like to ask a question. Why doesn't the mainstream media cover the W correctly? Why?
Because they're trying to treat Caitlin Clark like she's Michael Jordan. Now, Snowman, you can tell me, how did the media cover the league when Michael Jordan was in his prime?
It was Michael or nothing for the most part. It was only like a little bit later where they went back to how they used to be, because it used to be Bad Boy Pistons, Burton, the Crew, Ewing, and then out west you had David Robinson and of course Magic and the bunch there.
You mean like how ESPN's been doing things with LeBron since 2003?
I'll answer Playmaker's question. When Michael showed up in 1984, and this is totally legitimate and it's totally true. When Michael showed up in 1984, all eyes went to him. Just the same, all eyes went to Caitlin Clark when she got drafted number 1 overall. All right. It prompted someone to ask me this. It prompted this question someone asked to me. Then we'll get back to Playmaker in a moment. Who I thought the MVP would be this year. The first name that came out of my mouth was Asia Wilson. And they said, give me your top 3 candidates. And I said, I'll give you 2. Asia Wilson and Nafisa Collier. I'm a homer, but I ain't stupid. I know.
On a t-shirt.
And this is how bad it is. Because while Snowman calling the game, I'm posting on Facebook, right?
Yeah.
When I post on Facebook, I'm not posting Caitlin Clark getting frustrated.
Right.
Somebody comments like, yeah, so in 20% from 3, that's not the next comment after that was on somebody else. And they said, oh, well, I know somebody else that shoots under 20% under the rim.
Oh no.
You want to be that guy, huh? You want to be that you want to be the jerk, huh?
Oh boy.
Because guess what? We all knew who was he referring to.
Yes.
And she has nothing to do with the game that we're watching right now.
None.
And Playmaker can confirm, I got so many comments Saturday about that particular player, aka Angel Reese. And we're not even looking at her. I'm looking at Jonquel Jones, looking at Natasha Cloud, Sabrina Ionescu. I'm looking at the champs.
People who are on the
that's where my
TV.
play-by-play was concentrated on. Go on,
and
playmaker.
yet again, people decide to bring up players who aren't in the game.
That's my problem.
And it comes back to those two. That's how
Yes.
people look at it.
And it shouldn't be.
And I said this before. I said anytime Angel has a bad game, it's always going to be not only magnified, but it's also be compared to Caitlyn.
Mm-hmm.
Because I saw so many people after she had that what was it 5 for
11.
5 for 11.
Yeah, she had, she had a decent game against the Sparks. 5 for 11, 12 points and 13 boards.
No, I'm talking about the other one.
The 0 for 8
when she was 0 for 8.
Yeah,
and
people
I
see.
think it was 2
Taylor
for
Clark
6.
wouldn't have went 0 for 8. I'm like, they're not playing each other
until well, I can throw this stat out there. Before she banged home a 3 toward the end of the third quarter, and the Liberty defended her very, very well. She was 0 for 11 in combining 2 games. She was 0 for 11. You saw the visual frustration on her face.
Yes,
but it doesn't. Listen, the WNBA. Give me this camera here, because I'm going to say it the way Playmaker says it. And Playmaker, you're going to be very proud of me. The WNBA is more than Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, ladies and gentlemen. It's Nafisa Collier. It's Jonquel Jones. It's Asia Wilson. It's Natasha Cloud. It's Brittany Griner. It's Ryan Howard. It's Alicia. It's Alicia Gray. It's all of them. All of them playing their best basketball right now. The future is the future. The future is going to be the future. Okay, let's let it come naturally.
But the thing is, like, it's not even the people on their own team. It's like people who forgot Camila Cardoso is still also on the Sky.
Yep, Camila Cardoso, Courtney Vandersloot has returned returned to the Sky. And I'll mention a point that Playmaker said, which that is very, very true. They drafted Haley Van Lith out of TCU. And this goes back to the first game of the year, and I will echo Playmaker's question. Why'd you play only 4 minutes when the game was already decided?
Good question.
Chicago's in the whole mess right now. So.
Yes, they are.
Oh, yeah.
They in a whole mess. And Taylor Marsh, I'm actually disappointed because he was under Becky Hammond for 3-4 years?
4 years.
You finally got your opportunity, and you don't know what to do with the team?
Right. Exactly.
Right. Exactly right.
You have Asia Reese, you have Camila Cardoso.
And you don't know what to do.
You run the
that team. This team looks lost.
Thank you. What did I?
What did you say in game 1? What did you say when the Sky played Indiana in Indianapolis and we did that game together?
Several times where the players, and I point out Angel because that's the one I saw mainly, looked absolutely lost in what they were doing. I said, is that a coaching issue? Because if that's a coaching issue, I'm holding that to the feet of the fire of the coaching staff, because you need to have your players running plays so they know where they need to be.
And here's the thing. I'm like, there's nothing new. Indiana, they have a new coach, even though she's been the head coach before, but she never had a team like this.
Right.
You got Golden State. They're a completely whole new team.
Right.
Literally.
And they're 2-1 coming into tonight.
There's been coaching changes left and right. So why is you don't know
why does your team look brand new?
You was on the big. You won 2 chips with Becky Hammond.
Back-to-back championships.
You know what talent looks like. Now you in the head position, and I hate saying it because he's actually a black coach. But you gotta keep it a buck.
Speak the truth, my friend.
But the Chicago Sky looked lost, and that's not what we had coming into the season.
Mm-hmm.
Now we understand the struggle, but not lost. Like, they do not know what they should be doing.
They don't know where to go. They don't know who they're guarding. They don't know who their assignment is. I mean, there were several times when in that first game where Angel just looked like she was looking around like, where am I supposed to be? And I'm like, she wasn't like that last year.
No.
She was not like that.
Because Teaspoon knew what she was doing.
Right.
And they let her go. Foolishly. Look at me, Playmaker. I'm saying this the same way you did. Foolishly, they let her go. They didn't give her a full chance. And in many ways, that pisses me off. That you dismiss somebody after 1 year when they have basically a whole new team.
Right.
under the same messed up regime. Remember, this is the regime in Chicago that won them a championship in 2021. What happened after that? Coach is gone. Spoon comes in. Well, actually, they went through two different coaches. They went through another coach, and then they went to Spoon, who only lasted one season, which is bullshit to me. Okay, they looked at Angel Reese's failure and blamed it on Teresa Witherspoon, which is not fair. They didn't give her a full chance, a full fair chance. You understand me? A full fair chance to let her.
And the bad part about it is, as much as I pick on the Connecticut Sun for having a brand all season, they actually putting up fights in these games.
Absolutely. That's what, isn't that what when we did our preseason on Shooting Lights Out, that was one of the things Playmaker mentioned about every single team. Just put up a fight. Look at Golden State. They're 2-1 right now, facing the champs in New York.
They 2-1. They don't even have a franchise player.
No, they don't. They lost their opening game to the Sparks, got even by beating them in Los Angeles by 9 last week.
Yep.
And now they get and now they're in a spotlight game because they're playing the champs.
Which you're gonna get a very deserved welcome to the champs. And plus, Kaylee Thorne, you have to cast it out. I'm sorry. You have to cast this out. But it's interesting what the Sky's going through, and then even more interesting. And I hated that I had to break that news on the show yesterday.
Yeah, that's
what y'all gonna do now, media. Because you're not going to have Caitlin Clark for 2 weeks at the minimum.
I'll answer your question. I was driving yesterday when the news came to me, and I broke it on my TikTok page, and the comments that I got,
oh boy,
after that echo Playmaker's question. Mainstream media, what are you going to do now?
Yep.
It echoes Playmaker's question. And I am afraid, as a member of working media, which I've been for 30 years, I'm almost afraid to see the enthusiasm that's going to pour from the mainstream media because Caitlin Clark's going to be out
and it's
at least a month.
And it's something that Playmaker and Cole both addressed yesterday. About certain group of people are going to stop watching, at least for those 2 weeks when Caitlin's not there.
Yep.
And I say good riddance.
Yeah, let them all go. Let them all give me this button here. Let all the people that think they know the W and are not going to say a word about what's going on with the other teams, let them all go the away so real folks like us can cover the league in its entirety the way it's supposed to be covered. And thank you, Playmaker, for knocking some sense into my head. Got to give you your flowers for that. And do it right.
If you're that shallow that only one player is the reason why you watch, and you're gonna stop watching when that person's not there, you're not a real fan, and we don't need you.
And you know the funny thing is, the focus on Caitlin Clark, her frustration. Didn't toss a cloud fire at the end of the game. Ain't nobody talk about Aaliyah Boston, who bust our ass with 27 points.
27 and 13.
Right.
This
if
is
John Craig Jones and the rest of the crew didn't want to say, you know what?
Listen,
no.
Jonquel Jones, who is the finals MVP, the reigning finals MVP, mind you, countered almost every move that Aaliyah Boston put up. Okay. Jonquel Jones was something else. All right. I've been a fan of the W since its inception in 1997. And my first favorite player ever my first 3 favorite players in the W ever were Rebecca Lobo, Lisa Leslie, and Cynthia Cooper. Love them all. And I make this challenge to any and everyone that is going to walk away from covering the WNBA because Caitlin Clark's injured, because you know what's going to happen. You know what's going to happen.
And matter of fact,
right. See you later.
Since we doing flowers, Nneka Ogwumike sent the message through Angel Wilson over the weekend.
Yes, she did.
Wait a minute.
Natasha Cloud to like I said, playmaker, this is me making an apology and giving you flowers and growing all at once. Natasha Cloud for the New York Liberty just made them even more dangerous than ever.
You know what the bad part about that is?
What's that?
And I said this in a comment. I should make a post about it. Y'all lucky we don't have Bananja Laney Hamilton this year.
Right.
Her with Natasha Cloud. Oh, y'all getting locked down. New York would be a lockdown team.
Exactly.
Then you have to add on top of that. Now you got to deal with Conjura Jones on the offensive side, Sabrina Nisco on the offensive end, and then Brianna Stewart on the
Brianna Stewart is like a third option now, and yet, I'm gonna have fun with this game tonight.
Y'all lucky we don't have Elijah Laney Hamilton this year. Ooh,
playmaker, if you get it, I don't know if you're working tonight, but I'll be calling the game tonight. If you can tune in, I'd love for you to tune in and chime in. Blake Hammock said, I don't know a lot about the W, but I'm trying to learn and I'm open to getting taught up. Well, Blake, hang around with us.
Mm-hmm.
Give me this button here. The mainstream media. Okay, I'll say it again. Give me this camera. Shane, give me this camera. The mainstream media when it comes to the W. We right here cover it the way it's supposed to be covered. Truthfully. And if y'all don't like it, you, and you. Okay? Let me say it again. Thank you, AB Media from Indianapolis. The mainstream media when it comes to the WNBA, because mostly everybody in the mainstream media wants to see the WNBA buried. Okay? There are some talented women that play great basketball in the W. Do I understand what Caitlin Clark means to the league? Of course I do. I'm not.
Everybody does, but it's like
I'm not stupid.
People want to make it seem like we supposed to just let Caitlin Clark walk her way to a championship. No, you have to earn this.
You have to earn it. To be the champs, you must unseat the champs. And right now, with the way New York is rolling right now, they're not getting unseated. Playmaker and I said the same thing. Playmaker and I said the same thing about the Las Vegas Aces when they were rolling. Okay? And New York buried them in game 1 this year. Buried them. 92-78.
I had to send a message.
They did send a message.
And then while I send the message, Minnesota sent a message of their own.
You come at the Queens, you best not miss.
Hey, I'm telling you right now, I'm afraid of the Lynx, man.
Look.
And they don't have Kayla McBride yet.
They don't have Kayla McBride.
Oh,
but they have Nafisa Collier.
Nafisa Collier is on.
I did the first game of the year between the Minnesota Lynx and the Dallas Wings. Nafisa Collier, look at me, y'all. Nafisa Collier was scoreless in the first 10 minutes. She finished with 32 points. Let me say that again. Nafisa Collier was scoreless. She finished with 32 points in 3 quarters.
Like,
there are some players in the WNBA you need to keep your eye on. And I understand.
I hate to do this, but Snowman, I think I want to change your thinking.
All right.
I know you saying you want to do the Golden State Valkyries and the New York Liberty, right?
I'm going to. It's scheduled.
I want you to do tomorrow's game. Cause that's the first game without Caitlin Clark for the Indiana Fever.
Already on the schedule.
I won't.
They're in Washington. They're playing the Washington Mystics. I cover the Fever. I cover the Indiana Fever because I live here in Indiana. Playmaker, you don't even have to ask me twice.
Blake, I want you to put down if you can get to NBA TV tomorrow, 7:30 p.m.
7:30 is a tip off.
This is the first game Indiana will play without Caitlin Clark since she been drafted to the WNBA.
And I wonder how they're going to respond. And I got something. Listen, Playmaker, this is for you. Beginning, I scheduled it for tonight, but I'm going to do it tomorrow on a
I kind of figured. I'm like, I don't think that's the way Snowman wanted to start that new show off.
And you know the show I'm doing. Full Court Fever makes its debut tomorrow. We will talk about the Caitlin Clark injury, and everything else along with it. But give me this button again. The mainstream media. If they won't cover the NBA, the WNBA correctly, we will.
All they gotta do is do the same thing when they're doing the NBA. That's not harder for them to do.
Playmaker. Who are we talking about here?
I know.
In 4 words, Your Honor, I rest my case. Now, all you mainstream media fools, even though I didn't start it this way, or we didn't start it this way, get the up.
Good morning to you too, sir.
Who's that?
Droid.
Oh, what's up,
That's
Droid?
a droid.
I know it. I know.
I knew somebody was there, but I just couldn't know who. But you sat there the whole time listening. Because look,
let me
if
do
Little Boston can keep this team.
I have respect. You know, I sit down, I listen, I shut up.
I want to see can the Little Boston keep the fever afloat.
We're gonna
Until
find out
Candy Clark
tomorrow.
comes back.
I got to do this really quick because my wife brought me a delectable delight here.
I was about to say, are you noshing on that
product.
2,500 calorie cake?
This is the cake. This is the bread that my wife brought me, and it's caramel latte bread.
She bought you
And
that at the wrong time.
this live taste test, and yes, we're going to do it live, is presented by Showman's Pampered Chef Party. This is a fundraiser I'm doing on Facebook for pancreatic cancer. The site you need to help with that is pancan.org. You can find all the products and everything through my group, Snowman's Pampered Chef Party. And I'll do this read right here. Join the Snowman's Pampered Chef Party and upgrade your kitchen game from premium cookware to time-saving gadgets and time-saving recipes, as my wife will do. Pampered Chef has what you need to slice, dice, sizzle, chip, chop, and fricassee like a pro. Support the show and shop with us because every great play starts with a solid game plan in the kitchen. Click the link in the description and let's get cooking. All right, folks, here it is. This is my wife's delectable delight and our first taste test for Snowman's Pampered Chef Party. This is the caramel latte bread.
Done.
Initial thoughts?
Ain't no thought. There ain't no thought. He's just gonna
go to break. I need 4 minutes. Go to break.
We're back in it. We'll be back in a deuce.
When I stop drooling, which is going to be about 4 minutes from now, when I polish this off, I'll review it. Go to break, please.
We're back in a deuce.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
During bad, SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like Boomstick Lady. No free throw is safe from the roar of her sticks. SeatGeek helps her find a seat in the direct eye line of the shooter so she can sit where her boomsticks make the biggest boom. Everybody okay? SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
I think I finally found.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, Mason.
Hey, Mason.
Got a new house. It's looking pretty cool so far.
A place that I call home.
I'm teaching Louise how to cook some lasagna.
It only takes a spark to make a fire start.
Thank you.
Study, please.
I think I finally found a place to make my own. A place that I call home. This place that I call home.
My mother was always very familiar with her neighborhood, but one day she stopped at the stop sign for much longer than usual. and she didn't know whether she should go forward or turn, and she wasn't even really sure where she was at. It was very unsettling for her.
I felt so much better after my son told me, Mom, I don't want you to worry or be afraid. I'll be there for you and we'll figure it out.
This planet has been great to me. It's given me gifts that I can't even explain. It's given me adventures and memories I'll never forget. And Battleborn, I think, has given me the opportunity to go beyond and give something back. How can I be a better custodian to this planet and the place I live? That's where I am with Battleborn. Let's make the planet a better place.
Join Ryan McCarthy.
I became a Jets fan because Kurt the Frog was my favorite Muppet because he was green, and the Jets wore green. That's how I became a Jets fan.
And Dustin Henry.
ESPN is cashing all in on let's pay a few personalities and we'll just kind of fill in the gaps.
As they walk you through all of the world of sports from their perspective.
The Albany Empire, it's a literal circus.
No credentials required. Where, Ryan, say the tag.
Where you don't need a press pass to talk sports.
Every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central. On YouTube and where you can find all podcasts. Hey, Eagles fan. Join my man Cool McCain and a host of others as they break down every single game, every single week in an objective manner, and also from a fan's perspective as well. Remember, this cast feels just like you. Nobody likes you. And you don't care. Fly, Eagles, fly. Eagles Elite Podcast. Every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern on YouTube and other podcast outlets.
Mister, how do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
Why do I have a feeling we're going to have a very short post show?
Damn. 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 Give me this camera.
I say, can you hurry up? I got to get back to Indiana. The other Indiana.
No, you don't. Because they're
Yeah,
gonna win. No, you don't.
Oh, they might win tonight, but they still got to get this.
Y'all, this is one of the most delectable treats my wife has ever fed me. And it's like 50,000 grams of calories. Caramel latte bread. It's available on my Snowman's Pamper Chef Party page. Every dollar that we raise through it via recipe purchases, hardware purchases, and food purchases goes to benefit pancreatic cancer. Okay. Not even 4 minutes was enough. Back to business.
Yep.
Before you do, and go.
You know what? Where's my slide at? Because did I not see the New York Knicks come back from a 20-point deficit to beat the Indiana Pacers in Game 3?
You did.
You're correct.
We all did.
That really happened, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You do realize that is the 6th time in this postseason that a 20-plus point lead has been evaporated.
Mm-hmm. 3 of them belong to New York.
I'm gonna get to that one. The biggest one was on April 24th when the Thunder overcame a 29-point deficit to the Memphis Grizzlies to come back and win that game, which pretty much ended that series.
Which wasn't on a holiday.
Which put OKC up 3-0 in that series.
Mm-hmm.
April 29th, the Pacers overcome a 20-point deficit to beat the Bucks in the game clinching Game 5 of that series.
Which wasn't on a holiday.
That's when Tyreek's dad got banned, which he's now able to return to tonight. So
Yeah, as long as he stays in a suite.
Let's go to April. Let's go to May 5th.
Oh no.
Sorry, Shane. But you know May 5th, you know what that means.
Yep.
Game 1 between the Knicks and the Celtics. The Celtics had a 20-point lead with 6:19 left in the third quarter. And we know how that game ended.
Yeah.
Don't remind me.
We know what happened.
That was May.
Remind
that
me.
was May 5th. May 6th, the very next day.
Yep.
The Pacers overcome a 20-point lead against the Cleveland Cavaliers. That was game 2 of that series.
Against the Cleveland Cadavers. Not Cavaliers, Cleveland Cadavers. I will forever call them the Cadavers.
That's when Indiana took both games in Cleveland.
And didn't look back.
That was May 6th. May 7th.
Mm-hmm.
Same building. Same place. Same quarter.
Same
Knicks,
result.
Knicks down 20. This time with 3:12 left to go in TD Garden, and we know how that game ended.
Don't remind me.
No. Same place, same arena, same situation, same result.
And then 2 days ago on Sunday, May 25th, the Knicks are down 20. They are down 55-35 with 3:20 left in the first half. And they come back and beat the Pacers.
And they beat the Pacers by 6.
6 in one postseason.
Mm-hmm.
The most that has ever happened. Victor?
Yes, sir.
I don't know if you ever seen anything like this.
I don't think so either.
Nope.
No league is safe in the NBA.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
None.
And then Snowman actually said earlier, which I call them the cardiac Knicks now.
Yep.
Cardiac Knicks.
They have 3 of these 20-point comeback victories.
Where's Marv Albert when you need him?
3, which is the most done by a single team in the playoffs. Speaking facts here, sorry, Shane, but the Knicks were the first team to ever overcome back-to-back 20-point deficit in back-to-back games.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just catching strays today, ain't I?
Oh, we got more.
Hey, when the facts are the facts,
You're gonna get the strays. You're gonna get the strays when the facts are the facts. Hell, Lord only knows I've caught so many of them.
And the craziest thing is with the Knicks, and Coach Johnson said this yesterday, they done all 3 of these on the road.
Yes. 2 in Boston, 1 in Indiana.
And if I look at it, the Thunder's comeback, that was in Memphis.
Yep.
The Pacers comeback against Cleveland, except for when the Pacers did it to the Bucks.
Okay, that one was at
that was game 5.
That was the clincher. That was the walk-off.
Out of the 6, 5 of them were done on the road.
Mm-hmm.
So not only is no league is safe in the NBA, home court don't even matter.
Not anymore, doesn't.
If I was to go back and look at all the road wins, there might be more teams that run on the road than they won at home in this postseason, which is ridiculous. I thought home court meant something.
Can I laugh at that?
You already did.
Touche.
Do you remember when home court meant something?
Yes.
Yes.
Remember them days when you like, especially I can go recently. Remember them days when you were like, damn, we got to go to Golden State to win a game.
Damn, we got to go to Boston Garden, the Forum, Orlando.
You gotta go win Game 7 at TD Garden. Damn.
Yes.
By the way, just to fact check everything, in the first and second round of 2025 playoffs, there have been 28 total road wins.
Mm-hmm.
The first and second round by themselves.
25.
28
road wins. 28.
And that was just in the first 2 rounds, let alone the fact of 27, 24, and 26 were throughout the entire playoffs the last few years.
Damn.
Home court don't mean a damn thing.
Not anymore, nothing.
That's why I'm saying I got to go to Indiana tonight, because if y'all let New York take both games at home, after y'all took both games at Madison Square Garden, there's going to be some problems. Because you're giving a team that you beat last year in the playoffs. Now you let them get some. We can actually beat y'all now. You don't want that, especially when you're 2 wins away from a trip to the NBA Finals
series.
You haven't been there since you had Reggie Miller.
2000.
And
only appearance in team history.
What's funny is he's the one that's calling the game.
Which means it's going to be louder than hell in there.
By the way, sub note: the Knicks and Pacers are both 6-1 on the road so far.
Good.
Oh crap!
It's gonna be hype. It's gonna be loud. But what happens if the game doesn't start out the way it did last time when you got to a 20-point lead? What if the Knicks actually put up a fight and make y'all fight for it for a whole 48 minutes?
So be it. And kudos to Karl Anthony Towns with a 20-point fourth quarter.
Kudos to Tom Thibodeau. That man actually paid his freaking bench.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
See what happened when you play your bench? Jeez.
How many times have you said that, playmaker? How many times?
I think that we're going already back. I think we're going already back to last year, right?
Yes. Yes,
we are.
And that's what made it so funny what Kenny the Jet Smith said in Inside the NBA. If there was baseball, he don't think Tom Thibodeau would have played 9 guys.
Nope.
Right.
And you have to have 9 guys to play baseball.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like he paid his bench, and maybe that will wake up Jalen Brunson a bit, because he had to sit there and watch his team come back from a 20-point lead with him on the bench.
And playing with 5 fouls.
I need to know what's up with the complacency with these teams with these big leads, and you all of a sudden it's like
they take their foot off the gas.
Yep, we've
That's
seen
simple.
it before. We've seen it before.
No killer instinct.
The Knicks have 3 20 comeback victories. The Pacers have 2 of them.
Mm-hmm.
You would think them two would understand. Okay, we have a 20-point lead, and we probably don't want to blow this.
We need to bury their ass.
You see what Minnesota did? Minnesota points OKC in the mouth in Game 3 and didn't look back whatsoever. Monday last night was great because
no blowout.
not only no blowout
on a holiday.
I saw a grit in Minnesota move of not giving up, and I saw the ability of character from the Oklahoma City Thunder, because every time Minnesota made a key shot, they went back down the court and got one themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And I can tell you, if you're a Minnesota fan, you're like, can y'all just miss a freaking shot, please? Just miss one. OKC was not trying to miss.
Right.
OKC knew if they miss one time, that might be the dagger that prepares Minnesota.
Yep.
Jalen Williams hit key shots. Chad Holmgren hit key shots. Of course, the MVP gonna do what the MVP does.
Of course.
Yep.
Of course.
Caruso, twice. Caruso backdoor. Nobody looking at Caruso.
Nobody within sight.
And he's just standing right by the bucket. Thank you. I'll take these 2 points.
I'll take these, and you can't have them back.
So can I want to get to a point, and hopefully it's tonight, because you have Tyrese Haliburton. I still haven't heard from the NBA players. Is he still overrated? I'm still waiting to hear from them, because they say he was overrated during the season, but I haven't heard nothing back since.
So am I. I'm waiting to hear that response.
And by the way, Victor, that's the only tweet that I will accept from LeBron James when he talked about Tyrese Haliburton being overrated. That's the only tweet I accept from LeBron James.
Fair enough.
LeBron was right to call out his fellow compadres on that one.
Right.
Yep.
Call that man overrated. You see what he's doing in the playoffs, right?
Give you that.
But can you imagine game on the line? Tyrese Halliburton on one side, Jalen Brunson on the other side. It's like, which one of y'all want it? That's what we want. Which one of y'all want it more?
Uh-huh.
Tyrese Halliburton has been the most clutch player in these playoffs.
Can you say that again for those of us in the cheap seats at the old Chicago Stadium?
Tyrese Halliburton has been the most clutch player in these playoffs. The most clutch player in the NBA is Jalen Brunson. So who wants it more?
Something's got to give.
That's what I want tonight. I don't want to see both of them say, all right, one of us gonna have to win this darn game.
Mm-hmm.
No Pascal Siakam, no Karl Anthony Towns, Halliburton and Brunson.
Mano y mano.
Who wanted more?
And we'll have bonus cover. And to throw this at Playmaker, we'll have bonus coverage of that game when we're done with the WNBA. Because I think if Shane will correctly find out for me, game 4 starts at 8 p.m. Correct?
8.
I believe so. Yes.
8 p.m.
So we got a New York doubleheader coming for y'all on Snowman Multimedia tonight. Because as soon as we're done with the W, we're gonna flip over to Indianapolis for the Knicks and the Pacers, and more than likely we'll pick up the second half of that game.
Yeah, and don't let the Knicks win because don't let the Knicks win because that would be 3 consecutive wins by the New York Knicks in the city of Indianapolis.
We gotta stand corrected about something. Game 5. Game 4 is here. Oh, sorry, I was looking at game 5, but yeah, game 4 is in Indy. Game 5 is back in New York.
That's what
Game 5 is Game 5 will be Thursday.
You know how painful that would be for the city of Indianapolis if New York teams won 3 straight games in Indy? 3 straight?
Three.
Painful.
So I make the. Give me this. I'll come back to Playmaker. Give me this. Pacers, please whip their ass. Please.
I
got him.
Yeah. Because Liberty came in here and frustrated Caitlin Clark
to no
Pacers.
end.
The very next day, the Pacers blew a 20-point lead
in the same building. And remember, the Fever had a 12-point lead with 2 minutes gone in the fourth quarter, and they lost. So Gainbridge Fieldhouse is a place of lost leads. No lead is safe at home. Continue.
No.
Please.
And don't let the Knicks win this one.
Oh,
if
God.
we got to go back to MSG 2-2, oh, my gosh. It's already bad enough Knicks fans already in Super Bowl after they win.
It's bad enough Knicks fans are sticking their chest out.
But to have a series when home teams can't win at home in 4 games?
Oh God. Again. Please. Pacers. Mark Boyle, the fabulous voice of the Indiana Pacers. Please. Just simply put, whoop their ass for 4 quarters, not 3.
And this is where I give a message to Tyrese Halliburton. You cannot let the Knicks win this series.
No.
You cannot let the Knicks win this series. Because if the Knicks win this series, guess what's going to come in your way?
A flagrant foul.
You're fine.
Because what did he do in game 1?
Ooh.
Somebody's hold is wait. If the Knicks come back and win this series, a certain person is going to bring that back up and use it on Tyrese Halliburton.
And
I don't want to see
you to it.
I don't want to see that. I don't want to see it because if he gets to use that, I might as well just come off camera and let him have his fun and just let it go. Because he specifically told me he's saving that if the Knicks come back and win this series.
Right.
Tyrese, don't y'all lose this series.
Please don't.
Don't y'all lose this series.
Please don't.
Because the amount of rears I'm going to get if he has to do that. Oh my gosh.
You might not be the only one delivering a flagrant foul if the Knicks win this series, because there are 2 more people that may deliver one themselves. One of them is me, and the other one's behind me.
Uh-oh.
One of them is me.
Just throwing a warning out there. Just throwing a warning out there.
Mm-hmm.
We know how creative this person is. Hey, hell, he already got me yesterday about the white girls you're dating.
Say that again. I didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
Oh, see, Vic, do you want to fill Snowman in on one of Cole Johnson's breakfast from yesterday that involved Tyrese Halliburton?
Never mind. I got it. Never mind. I got it. Go on.
You got it?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I was like,
but then again, it's Cole Johnson. Why are we not surprised?
I'm surprised. I'm surprised. How does he find the time to do all this? That's my surprise.
Repeating.
No, I don't ask. I don't ask.
My sentence. Repeating my sentence. This is Cole Johnson. Why are we surprised?
Exactly. Why are we surprised?
Why are we surprised? I mean, this is the same Cole Johnson when in character will say,
"You're fired."
This is the same Cole Johnson when we needed something quick, came up with this, and I'm not going to say it. This is the
not the fact that you did one for with Lamar Jackson now.
Oh, you mean this?
I say no, he did not do Lamar Jackson like that.
Yes,
no,
I did.
I said no, he did.
Yes, I did, and I did that
and the problem is, I can't fight against it. That would make it even worse. I can't fight against it, and I had to say, "He'd be like, yeah, Lamar, you."
And I'll tell you when I did that graphic, right after the AFC Championship game, that I called.
Oh no!
See that one. That was
and the two facts that I brought up: AFC Championship against Kansas City, AFC Divisional Round against Tennessee. What are the two common denominators? They were at home. Actually, three. They were at home. They were in prime time, and they got socked in the mouth.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what the crazy part is, Playmaker, about this right here? I thought it. Victor said it.
And I was like, that's got to be a graphic.
And right after the break, when we
it became a graphic.
And right after we broke down the AFC Championship,
all of a sudden, yes, Lamar, it is you.
I mean,
I really don't want to make one of those for Tyrese Halliburton. I really don't.
Oh,
but
no.
I will. If it happens, I will. Like I said earlier, and y'all have heard me say on this show, I'll eat that mulligan all day long. I'll eat that L all day long should it happen.
You don't want to eat. That's the L you don't want to eat.
I'll look. If it happens, it happens, and I'll eat the bitch. Okay? And one of the best ones I ever created, I think Playmaker saw this one. We had a lengthy 45-minute discussion about this guy. Got him.
Wait, which guy?
Got him.
DJ
because
Moore.
I threw out the statement when the Bears signed DJ Moore. I came on this program and just threw out a statement thinking it won't stick. And yet it stuck with the guys when I said the Bears have mortgaged and now risk, double down, and threw away their entire future for DJ Moore. Why is Playmaker going to fall out of his seat?
I mean, you know,
I was the first one on him. Like, DJ Moore's pretty good. He should be all right. And then I realized, especially with Victor on, well, they have mannequins for offensive line, so that doesn't help DJ Moore.
I mean,
right?
They don't have a quarterback, which doesn't help DJ Moore even further.
Right.
And it just kept going down here. And I'm like,
oh, I understand.
And then, of course, since we're going to be putting shots out there.
Wait, just a moment. Just a moment. Since we're firing shots to end the show, Victor came on here one day pissed off at me. I said, Victor, what's wrong? He says, you know damn well what's wrong. Don't give me that. It just happened to be after week 5 on Sunday Night Football. And I let Victor go off. And after we went to a break and came back, this happened.
And that happened.
And Victor was cracking up and he asked me a question. And he says, "Where do you find these pictures?"
Victor, question for you.
Go ahead.
Why did it take so long for everybody to finally stop talking about the Cowboys?
Why are you asking me? I've been saying let's keep quiet until week 1, but no. Everyone has to talk about
This is the first off season. I ain't have to hear about the Cowboys.
Well,
Now-
after the whole, George Pickens pick, then everyone started being quiet.
True. Now, I mean,
last but not least, I even got Shane. Shane opened his mouth one morning, went off about Robert Kraft. And as soon as Shane said, "Yes, Robert, it is you," 30 seconds later, this happened. And Shane cussed me out. He did it playfully, of course, folks. Shane cussed me out up and down. After
you deserve that one.
Yes, I was at the show.
Hey, no, no stealing my stick.
Then he put the accent behind it.
Oh, good old Father O'Shaughnessy is here for you, my children.
Once you heard yes, Robert, it is you, I threw my hands up.
Yes, Robert, it is you. It has always been you. It will always be
And
you,
as
you
soon as
devilish
you-
little bastard.
And as soon as you spat that out, I'm over here looking at this monitor, putting the graphic together.
Now get out of my house, you satanic
And
moron.
the picture that you got of Robert Kraft,
Yes.
does he not?
That,
look
that's what ices it.
Does he not look like he eats spoonfuls of mustard?
He
He
looks
looks like he just got a big old bottle of mustard and a spoon, and that's his breakfast. Am I the only one that sees that, or do y'all see that too?
That's what the NBA playoffs been like.
Right. This is true. This is true.
One more
Yes.
time.
All right, we got Will with the holiday curse. Can we get rid of the 20-point comeback curse? Can we do that, please?
We'll see.
I think on that note,
got-
we need to get
I-
the
I
hell
got
out of here.
I got nothing else. Have
No,
a great day. God bless. Remember to make your next move your best move. And always remember, if your dreams don't scare you, they are simply not big enough. And Indiana Pacers, please put a foot in the Knicks' ass, because I don't want to hear another Knicks fan. Okay? We're out of here. And thank you, Playmaker. We love you. And we'll see y'all tomorrow. So long, everybody. And by the way, James Harden, you a bitch. Bye.